Hegseth, are the Marines in Los Angeles ordered to protect property by any means necessary?
Sir, I would say the ICE officers and police officers being attacked is not political theater. The National Guard and Marines,
just yes or no. Just yes or no.
The National Guard and Marines have the full authority to protect federal ICE agents.
Yes or no.
And federal buildings.
Can you just say yes or no? This isn't Fox anymore. Just yes or no.
They're there to protect federal agents and federal.
Another BS answer.
What happens when military power is deployed not to defend the nation, but to control its own streets, against the will of local leaders? When those in charge of the armed forces can't give a straight answer about who made the call and why? What unfolded in this hearing wasn't routine oversight. It was a direct collision between power and accountability.
The gentleman from California, Mr. Carbajal.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It shouldn't come as no surprise that I have serious concerns with both the deployment of the National Guard and the Marines to Los Angeles. I served in the Marine Corps. We are trained to be war fighters, not for crowd control. Everyone here should be alarmed that the President has sent armed forces into a city against the wishes of a governor and mayor. I am concerned this administration is purposely escalating the situation with this step and politicizing our armed forces in the process. Let's call it for what it is. It's political theater. Hegseth, are the Marines in Los Angeles ordered to protect property by any means necessary?
Sir, I would say the ICE officers and police officers being attacked is not political theater. The National Guard and Marines.
Just yes or no. Just yes or no.
The National Guard and Marines have the full authority to protect federal ICE agents.
Yes or no.
Can
you just say yes or no? This isn't Fox anymore. Just yes or no.
They're there to protect federal agents and federal.
Another BS answer. Under the SRUF, the use of force, are Marines allowed to fire warning shots?
No.
Now that's more like it. Isn't that easy? Well, I'm going to beat this drum because you refuse to take responsibility. Will you take responsibility for having made a mistake? Not to mention many people would say break the law in participating in the Signal group chat that included a journalist, your wife, your brother, where classified information was shared.
Sir, every way I communicate is authorized. Every way
okay, if you want to say that. I have called for your resignation. I didn't think you were qualified before your confirmation, and you have done nothing to inspire confidence in your ability to lead competently. You broke the law in sharing classified information, and in doing so, endangered the lives of our service members that you are responsible for. Your inability to hold yourself accountable makes you incapable to lead. This alone makes you unfit to be the Secretary of Defense. Secretary, do you think the United States should continue supporting Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a nation that is hostile towards the United States?
Well, as you know, sir, President Trump is committed to peace.
No, I just want yes or no answers.
Today, the United States has spent billions of dollars.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Over years.
Just yes or no. Can I get a yes or no out of you?
We continue to send.
Come on.
Presidential drawdown.
It's that easy. Kindergartners can give me a yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, we support peace in Ukraine.
Come on. Is this really leadership? You're an embarrassment to the United States. If Russia invades NATO allies, are you going to recommend to the president that we fulfill our Article 5 obligations?
Well, Russia has not invaded NATO allies.
No.
President Trump has
No. I reclaim my time. Yes or no? It's that simple.
There's Article 5 in NATO, which we recognize.
So is the answer yes or no?
That's what Article 5 is, yes.
Good. I'm glad you brought yourself to saying yes. Do you think political allegiance to Trump is a requirement for serving our nation, either in uniform or a civilian in the department?
I'm incredibly proud, as are millions of Americans.
No. Not today, Hegseth. Yes or no?
Congressman, you know what a silly question that is.
But silly enough
fidelity
to
to the
warrant a
Constitution.
very straightforward answer. Yes or no?
We all support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
You know
We're
what?
proud
I'm not going to
President
waste
Trump.
my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department.
Mr. Chairman, do we not have any decorum in here?
Thank you very much. I yield my time.
Gentleman yields back. And I would urge everybody to remember and maintain a decorum suitable for this chamber with their further comments.
The tension in the room was unmistakable as Salud Carbajal opened his questioning. He didn't mince words. He called out the deployment of National Guard and Marines into Los Angeles for what he believed it was, political theater. He reminded everyone that Marines are trained to be warfighters, not instruments of crowd control. And this deployment didn't come at the request of local leaders. It came over their objections. Carbajal pressed Pete Hegseth with rapid-fire questions, sharp, direct, relentless. Yes or no, he repeated again and again. Were Marines ordered to protect property by any means necessary? Could they fire warning shots? The Defense Secretary hesitated. He reached for explanations. But when the answer finally came, no, the weight of the hesitation said more than the words themselves. Then Carbajal shifted gears. What began as a debate over troop deployments turned personal and damning. He raised allegations that Hegseth had shared classified information in a private group chat involving a journalist, his wife, and his brother. Carbajal accused him not just of breaking trust, but of breaking the law. Hegseth didn't deny the communication. He simply said, "Every way I communicate is authorized." It wasn't a clean defense. It was a wall of deflection. The congressman didn't let go. He questioned Hegseth's leadership, his judgment, his fitness to lead the nation's defense apparatus. "You broke the law," he said. "You endangered lives. And you've done nothing to inspire confidence." The room fell into a strange silence as Hegseth tried to stay composed, but the damage was done. The exchange wasn't about miscommunication. It was about accountability and who holds it. Carbajal then pivoted to foreign policy: Ukraine, Russia, NATO. He pressed on whether the U.S. would honor Article 5 obligations if Russia were to invade a NATO ally. Each question was met with rehearsed language and sidesteps. Yes or no, Carbajal repeated. And finally, after being cornered, Hegseth said it. Yes. It was an answer pulled out like a splinter, not offered in strength. Then came the question that stripped away all formalities. Do you think political allegiance should be a requirement to serve this nation? Hegseth tried to brush it off as a silly question. Carbajal wouldn't have it. The tension was now open, raw, and personal. And when he declared, "You're an embarrassment, unfit to lead," it wasn't just a moment of anger. It was a public indictment of leadership from inside the chamber itself. The hearing ended not with resolution, but with the sound of a system straining under its own contradictions. A Secretary of Defense unable or unwilling to give clear answers. A congressman refusing to accept anything less. And underneath it all, a deeper question. What happens when the levers of military power are wielded without transparency, without accountability, and without restraint? Moments like this don't just reveal dysfunction. They expose the quiet ways power drifts beyond public reach. When military force is deployed at home and leaders can't explain why, that's not strength. That's danger. If you believe accountability isn't optional, stay loud, stay engaged, and keep your eyes on these hearings. Subscribe to Liberal Talk, hit like, turn on notifications, and drop your thoughts below. Because this isn't just a political moment, it's a stress test for democracy itself.